Have you ever been on a road trip and seen one of those cheesy tourist trap billboards talking about the only one in the world, how it's the most famous one to ever be created? And you always wonder, is that a tourist trap? Or is that something that's going to be super cool? 90% of the time, it's a tourist trap. But on our way back from Missouri, picking up my little cousin Maggie to spend a week with us, me and Adrian decided to stop and take the kids to one of these billboard attractions. We stopped just outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee, at a place called Ruby Falls, and it did not disappoint. So, here we are, back with Carving Up the Trails, heading to Ruby Falls. Come on, check it out with us and see the absolute amazing waterfall that is underground and over 90 foot tall.
Just follow me. Alright, here we go, y'all.
Before we get back there.
Alright, y'all, welcome to Ruby Falls. My name's Scott. Most people call me Scooter. Be y'all's tour guide today. We get people from all over the place, like to figure out where everybody's from. I'll go first. I'm from Lafayette, Georgia, not Lafayette, not Lafayette. And the other stuff now, y'all, all named after the same person. Only difference is the people I'm from are the only people that can say it right. So where are you guys from?
Texas.
Texas, alright.
South Carolina.
Florida.
Florida and Oregon.
Oregon, alright.
That was Scooter. He was our tour guide. Scooter is the absolute best tour guide at Ruby Falls. He was so funny. He had the dad jokes going for days. He was just awesome. If you get to go to Ruby Falls and you have the pleasure of being in a tour with Scooter, you won't regret it. It was absolutely hilarious. Unfortunately, the video quality is not phenomenal. Somehow the stability control got turned off on the GoPro, so it's bouncing around everywhere. And you're really not going to get great shots as far as lighting goes, because you can see there's not a whole lot of lighting down there. It's enough to see, but if you're looking for great exposure and stuff like that, you're not going to get it. As we were walking through, we got to see a lot of really cool formations, stalactites, stalagmites, like this one right here is known as the cactus and the candle. You saw the elephant's foot in the previous clip, and all throughout the journey through the cave, it was really, really cool to see all these different formations. Unfortunately, somehow a lot of my exposures and stuff got off, and I don't really know what I did. I know Carver was holding the GoPro at one time, and even Bree was holding the GoPro, so between the three of us, we turned off a whole lot of stuff. So the video quality ain't that great, but we had a great time. You can tell through these shots that if you're claustrophobic, you're not going to go to Ruby Falls. It's really, really tight. There's only a couple spots where it really opens up and you're not compact the whole time. The ceiling's pretty low the whole way through. I was ducking, felt like I had to duck a whole lot through the whole tour, and I'm only 6 foot. So if you're really tall, you'll just know you'll be crouching through the whole thing. But Ruby Falls is a really cool story. Leo Lambert was trying to open up the Lookout Cave because that was a big touristy type thing back in the 1920s, but when the railroad came through, they sealed off the tunnel for the Lookout Mountain Cave. And so he was trying to find a way drilling down through the mountain to get to that cave. But he ended up stopping 260 foot down because he found a tunnel and he started following it and ultimately found Ruby Falls. When you're in the waterfall room, you're 1,200 feet underground. I think it's actually 1,160 or something like that. But you're down there a good ways. And it is absolutely amazing when you get to the waterfall. There was one formation on the ceiling. It was called the Angel Wings, and it was spectacular. But anyways, the waterfall is 145 foot, and the first part of it is cascading off of the rocks, and then you have somewhere around a 90 to 99 foot drop. I can't remember the exact number, into the plunge pool. It goes down 5 feet, and then it empties out into the Tennessee River, which you'll hear Scooter talking about here in a minute. This was one of my favorite ones, the Dragon's Foot. But we're getting close to getting to the waterfall, and so Scooter's going to come on here in a second, and I'll let him talk to you a little bit more about the actual waterfall, and then I'll just let you enjoy the waterfall.
So a couple of those questions, y'all, are where does the water come from? The answer is, I don't know. So it's speculated the water comes from watersheds. That means streams, creeks, and rainfall. They all flow through the ground together. Eventually they pour out there. We do know where the water goes. It goes from that falls into a 5-foot deep pool into the streams of this cave and into the Tennessee River. Weather affects our waterfall here, so if it rains a bunch outside, it's going crazy in there. Does it rain a bunch outside? It's like a water hose in there. You probably want a refund. Alright, so going in the falls room. Y'all want... Hey, Abby. It's going alright. You just scared me. That's okay. Alright, anyways, y'all, so going in the falls room, be careful, that ramp may or may not be slippery. Way to find out. If you fell, it was slippery. So then you go in there just enough light for you to see where you're walking. Give it a second, it'll do this grand reveal. It's pretty cool, but the lights are on timer. I can't control said timer, they kind of just go. They're about 7 minutes, something like that, give or take. So all I can do, y'all, is let y'all know there's 1 minute remaining. Now there's not a lot of y'all, and there's a lot of y'all, and there's not a lot of time. So please share the video, y'all. Be considerate of others, all that good stuff. Another common asked question though is, can we drink the water? And it says yes and no. Technically, the water is pure enough to drink, and you point time though of up to a 14% magnesium content in the water. Y'all, magnesium is the primary ingredient in a lot of laxatives. If you don't know what those are, I'm not telling you. So if you choose to drink the water for whatever reason, remember, there are no bathrooms down here. You're gonna have what we call a moving experience. Sorry, I know, that was a crappy joke.